as often as they were helping in ganks. They're not as reliable as the Fissure, as you say.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I'd like to push the Tuskar into a core. And that's actually exactly what they're doing. So Funnick will be playing the Tuskar, which means we get a support Nyx Assassin, primarily picked up to go against the Wraith King, to burn off that mana. But at the same time, Wraith King's just carrying magic wands or tangos, and they should be fine.
Yeah, and Dandy completes the lineup as a tier, which is a hero that we know he's very capable of excelling on.
I'm interested to see how well Navi is going to do up against the Phoenix. Because they don't really have great things up against the Phoenix. Like the team fight of MFF, like if you do focus and you initiate in on Soshka, he'll end up dying, Reincarnation will trigger, you're massively slowed, you have potential Nightmare to disrupt you as well as Light Strike Arrays, and well, that's a great start. Goodbye, that wasn't the plan. But the team fight still is good. The Templar Assassin won't be able to keep the refraction charges up, and more than likely the Nova will be able to channel the full duration. More than likely.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I think I agree. And
the lane, which by the way is also going to go the way of Dendy, because now the supports of MFF moved over to block the lane. So Dendy is currently blocking up quite nicely, and Arise is going to get a little bit of time to block it up, but it still gives Dendy the better positioning in the lane.
So what I worry about, what I want to finish in my thought there is that for Monkey Freedom Fighters, they have a good lineup to take these fights. Their lineup gets a lot worse the longer the fight goes. They need the initiation to go well with all their big ultis as the game goes later. And I think Navi would do really well with extra instances of all their spells. Funnick gets stand up by Soxka early on. There's a Brain Sap available. And he's going to just salve it away.
I was actually waiting for Night to have that Mango over on Soshka and have Nightmare on Bane.
Picked. It's one of the most successful heroes since then, though. It's been winning a lot of games since TI.
It's one of Mad's favorite heroes.
Soshka's in trouble.
Yeah, he's actually locked inside the charge, but the creep wave's keeping out Funnick, so he can't finish the job straight away. And Mad, well, that's when you also want to have that Nightmare. But this is great for Funnick. It's a big creep wave that's going to push down, which means it's going to have a kickback as well. Which means Funnick will get even more experience. He's already got 3 levels in the space of a minute and a half. While Soshka can't even get through a level, like half a level. It's because the creep wave just keeps living. And Funnick's able to capitalize on that. He actually gets the perfect shards on Mad. The range creeps may finish this job. One punch from Funnick would do it. But he's really scared about taking the aggro on the tower. That Mad, get away from those range creeps. Drop down to 25 life.
Yeah, and this
catcher, then go directly into the Impale, and Denny's on his way over. They want to give him some extra kills here, but they won't be able to. The Nyx Assassin has to take it. The Jungle Creeps, which is slowing down Mad. And Yapsor, Fissure block, they found Dendy. They need to try and help him out. There's no snowball. The Shard's actually keeping Soshka back. They've managed to make a perimeter around their Templar Assassin, who also melted up. Now a Vorst will arrive. Cooldowns available, and Phoenix going to go into the Nova. They need to get rid of this egg. Navi are attempting to do so. The Finch is going to make it a little bit more difficult, but they get through the egg. It is a double kill, though, for the Phoenix. Even the burn was doing the work. Soshka back to World of Living. It was the Jara and the SD taking the fall, and Soshka really wanting Sneko. He's got stun in 2 seconds time. They need that trap slow, and Sneko needs to actually stop. They actually get the hit onto Mad, but it's already too late. They've lost Andy, and Funnick, now we go real scrappy. Lena will arrive, freshly respawned to get a revenge kill. So we end up having a 4-for-4 trade-off in that fight.
It's what you said in the draft. They really struggled to deal with the Phoenix ulti even at level 1. They did manage to kill it. It didn't. It
actually hits the stun through the tree line. They need a little bit more. Laguna Blade, he'll snowball up. Doesn't dodge the Laguna with that, but they're backing up. They know he had to go to a hero. Arise will take the damage. He's going all the way down to Funnick. It'll be the Bane to take the kill over on the Tuskar. Small little pickoffs like this just keep giving them a little bit more of an advantage, bit by bit, little by little.
Navi are going for the rush.
Like, items are going to be a little bit harder, especially the ones that get put on cooldown. Sneko, they can see him. The Yule set her up, and now Riot's got no way to save himself apart from the Nightmare of Man, and he actually commits the Phoenix Grip as well. Man's going to get himself out of here. The cooldown's going to connect. TA trap for the slow, and Man will die here. It was the second rocket, the Gyrocopter, that did the job. And they lose 2 for an attempted rune control. That is exactly what is in with Deso and BKB up on their 2 cores.
And it tells you a lot about Bane Elemental, that little skirmish. It's a hero that I think is extremely powerful when you have things under control, but it really does almost nothing when the enemy team has the fight under control. You know, that Fiend's Grip getting no value at all, and it's a tricky thing, because if Monkey Freedom Fighters are going to lose control of this game, like I said many times, I don't think they'll get it back. So they need to be careful. Next, I wonder, do Navi give them that fight here? There is still an Aegis up on Dandy.
I don't think Navi have an issue like taking the fight. Now, they've got everything they want. There's no ollies on cooldown. They might be walking into a sentry ward, but Havorst has that BKB, the perfect psionic trap, just slowing down MFF and then walking over into a very confined position. And Seneko wants to come in for the stun. Finds the Absol, the follow-up shards and snowball in, but Sing Sing, he's able to get that Nova off. The question is, will it pop? The stuns are there with the Echo Slam. The Nova connects! That's big for MFF! With the slaves as well. Havorst is still protected by the BKB. But what they got, they burn through the Aegis-Immol, they get over Tuskar. Sing Sing needs a way out here. Yabzor still in the tree line. The Fissure will fly, but they're losing too many players now. Man will also die in just a moment. The Wraith King has to try and run away from Havorst, and Aiko's on the back of it. The Poison, yeah, one more attack. We Havorst with a double kill. I think Sasha should be exceedingly happy he survived through that. But considering you're going up against an Aegis, the Immortal, and a team that has the BKBs, very happy with that result, even if it's up the 2.
Yeah, they did better than maybe they should have done because of the Aegis, but given that the Phoenix ulti actually went off, I would say they did a lot worse than they should have done. Honestly, I don't know, that's like their main number 1 kind of trump card to win. But Phoenix ulti that's likely to go off, and it's going to stun everyone, do a lot of damage. Whoa.
Soshka putting that blade mail to good use.
Then
again, maybe not so good use. He gets himself trapped. Okay, that doesn't really work. And in fact now, well, Phoenix did kill off the Nyx Assassin with the Fire Spirits.
Yeah, if we were playing Hearthstone, we'd say that was a mistake. Because I'm not too like if he has reincarnation up, at best we could say they went even there because of the Aegis.
Yeah.
What are they gonna add next time? It's gonna make it better.
You're right. Oh, feed script from Mad. Dandy just going to try and pop him. They can't control the Force blown up. Here comes your Nova once again. But they have protection. The BKBs, they let the Nova go because they don't really care about it. Funny already snowballed himself so far down. He's a little bit isolated here. Needs actually help. He got so split up because of the Nova. But because they brought down Dandy, Navi really didn't feel like they had the damage to follow up. The BKB was already burnt from a Force.
8 seconds left on Saksha's ulti. I wonder if they know.
Maybe they do. Maybe they're timing it. Havorst's gonna turn. There goes your reincarnation. And the cooldown was committed. Yavsov's got no way up, but then again, the rest of his team doesn't either because they Fissure blocked it out. So Sing Sing had to Sunray himself up.
He died 2 seconds after his ulti was ready. That was really close. But I guess they answered the question I was asking right before the fight. The difference maker is probably the Laguna Blade, and Lena's probably going to head into an Agnum Scepter as well. I think in the fight at the top lane, even though the Phoenix ulti went off, Lena didn't get her Laguna Blade off. Or she certainly didn't get it off at the start of the fight.
At all times, they cannot let like MFF just jump themselves in with the Shiva Scars, because then these blink daggers will never be able to function. Well, they do manage to find an opening. It's over on Soshka. Sentry wards were there, but it's only for the Dire side, not for the Radiant, so he doesn't see the Vendetta Snako running in. So a very simple pick-off for Dandy, just catching the Wraith King out of position, and with his ulti down.
Honestly, we're getting to a point where Wraith King becomes the 3 position, and it's actually Phoenix and Lena that are the scaling cores, and it won't be long before they pull away if the game continues at this rate.
They do have the... Yeah, oh, hello. Blink Dagger on Earthshaker. That's what you're searching for. And he's got to probably use it to keep Arise alive. The snowball's coming in. The Yosef from Arise will keep him back. And now in comes Shiva's Guard. The Nova as well. They need Yapsor to jump. He's moving over right now. Sing Sing needs a lifeline. And it's just not there. Yapsor never went. He just watched.
He blinked back right at the start. And it was cooling down. And that's all there is to it, I think. If he could have blinked, he definitely has to not die, yeah.
Tandy does not have the blink. He blinked forward into the lane, but Snakeo's moving in around behind. Now MFF feel like they need more help up on top as Yapsor. Arise actually blindly stunning the ground, probably thinking that Snako is here, and he's 100% right. Snako comes in, she starts with the mana burn into a Spike Carapace and blinks away before the Wraithfire Blast will be fired.
Yeah. Bit of a mess. Dandy is only chasing that because he has Aegis, but ultimately the positioning wise, there's too much information for the side of last, and And there's a short cooldown still left on Havo's ulti now, so I wonder if Monkey Freedom Fighters...
MFF, they jump in. Yapsor's the man who's called out. Soshka tries to jump in as well. Where's that Nova? It's a long, long way back. It's still getting a little bit of the AoE burn in, but Soshka, now he'll end up dropping down. And who's in there? Like, it's funny, he waited it out. Came in with a snowball, protected himself. Now they just move from one to the next Navi. Chasing after, well, who's that man on the run? It's Phoenix with no Icarus dive. They don't care. They'll push the lane instead.
And it's another fight without a Lina ulti. I really do believe that it's crucial. The Phoenix ulti is not enough. You have to burst someone down with the Lina ulti. Which is getting very... Arise is about to have his Agnum Scepter, and then it'll be even more that much more important. But if the fight starts... And
then win the grand final, which could be anywhere between NIP... Vega's in there as well, the ultimate Vega test. ST, yeah, that doesn't survive for long. Arise, he'll use it to protect himself for moments. Nice fissure, and now the Fierce jumps out with a Shiva's Guard. Now you did get your Laguna Blade out, but what did you really get in return? You killed off a Tusker, and you do pick up the Nyx thanks to the Phoenix Sunray. Actually looking half decent considering they don't have a Nova. Soshka moving in forward again, and nice Echo Slam from Yapsor. A 3-man fissure to follow up, which ensured the kill from the SD, and of course actually going to BKB TP out, which means Dendy has to retreat. I think I spoke too soon for the Navi fans. That is not the execution they need to win this game.
So two things about that. Firstly, Lina does get an ulti off. It's not on... I mean, they want to be... It is something that I think CIS teams in general are quite good at. Just like getting up in your face and making you deal with what they're doing.
Well, that's how Navi always got their momentum last time. It was this, you know what? We play our rhythm. You play to our rhythm, not your own. Avos, bit of a trouble. Snako, wonderful double stun. Actually catching out Lina and Sing Sing in the back lines. And well, there is the Yules that drop for a riser into that Nova. The egg is almost about to pop, and it's actually able to do so, but the team is practically dead. He'll Shiva's Guard jump up. Soshka still trying to fight, jumping in after Avos. The Sunray's too far away, and the urn charges aren't enough damage for Avos to die right now. So he'll survive. Sing Sing one's out, but the snowball stun will stop him from doing so. And they'll have a complete team wipe Navi over MFF. That's the dream.
Fennec won the fight. It was Fennec.
That was a point-blank range one as well, but you can see it coming from a mile away with the animation. And they've almost finished up this melee racks. That's what they want. That's what they can probably get until TA. Caught with refraction down. Arise able to find that pick-off on Dendy. He'll die almost instantly after, however, and Sochka's not too healthy either. They snowball in, and Arise just by his back. He's got no ultimate, but he can at least control up Funnick for now. Walrus Punch as well as one charges are available. They go for the call down, and into the Nova. Funnick needs a way out. He doesn't really have it. The shards might keep him bay. Nope, the slave from Lina. Arise does the work, and Navi will be pushed out. They still, however, take the melee racks.
Yeah, and they forced the Lina buyback. And as we've been saying over and over, the Lina and the Phoenix are really the cause here. But the Wraith King is like doesn't want it to be just immediately countered by the enemy gem, so he has to ward conservatively.
It's going to happen
like
anyway. Like, he's got to get rid of this bloody illusion. The shard's now going to fly up, and the snowball in. He's lost the gem. He's lost his life. That was not the plan, and Arise may even have trouble getting himself out of this one. The shard's back off cooldown for Funnick. The positioning a little bit off target. And Snako, he wants to... Yeah, you're not as thin as a Naga. You're a bug, man. You can't get...
But now Rush is up. They could walk straight into Rush. He's big.
Soshka. He jumps forward. They're actually going to disrupt as well. As now Snowball in. Over towards Soshka. Funnick doesn't really be in this deep. And where's the Nova? It's in a really good position. Back behind the tower. The Phoenix is swinging, so Tusker can't go anywhere. Yapsor! The big dunk in here. They'll get through a Vorst. They want to get through more. That Sunray's doing some serious work. Funnick now has to be disrupted to keep him alive. As Dendy, while he's still full life, however, for everything MFF are throwing, it just bounces off the back of Navi, and they will just rip apart the rest of MFF. Dendy goes after him. There's your melt strike. And this will be 2 sets of practice and GG. The Monkey Freedom Fighters shall not be freed of their first round here in the MLG EU qualifiers, and Navi will advance forward to play up against the CIS rejects.
That fight was really funny. Dendy just snuck around and took out her eyes. No one else on Navi was actually interested in Lina, and I thought they might get away with a fight win, but Dendy just poked his head around, tapped him twice with his side blades, and just destroyed him, and that was that.